Yeah, so here's the thing. I know you don't usually do discounts on new construction, but you have that property that's available, that beautiful property for $800,000. Is it possible that we could maybe negotiate down to $750, something like that?
If you put an offer today, we could do $720.
You're kidding me.
Plus, we have buyer incentives and cooperating agent bonus.
Well, all right then. Now we are talking. This is the market I've been waiting for. That's right, seller incentives are back, baby! We're talking about closing cost credits. We're talking about rate buydowns. We're talking about prepaid HOA fees for the entire first year. We're talking about discounted prices. We're talking about actually allowing real estate agents to represent you as a buyer for new construction homes. Which I don't know if you know this, but it's very different from what we've seen the last 2 years. Over the last 2 years, the real estate market has been bonkers crazy and so challenging for any buyers out there wanting to buy a house. And a lot of buyers thought, well, let's just skip this resale market. Let's go directly to new construction. We won't have to bid on homes. It's going to be a lot easier of a process. We won't have to wait too long to move in. We're going to get exactly what we want. And then they just went up against this roadblock of challenges in trying to buy these new construction homes. And some of these communities, like 3 Roots, which we're going to probably talk about a lot on this video, had a list of tens of thousands of potential buyers out there wanting to get in and purchase one of their new construction homes. So we're talking about being on a wait list for months and months and months, finally getting a call, an opportunity to bid on one of these new construction homes, and then they wouldn't have an opportunity for an agent to represent them. There would absolutely not be any buyer incentives when they're purchasing this property. There'd be very little value of going with their lender. They would basically offer nothing except for making sure that you paid top dollar for this home, maybe even waiving your appraisal. Now, the good news is for you home buyers out there, the real estate market is absolutely changing, and we're starting to see it affect the new construction and the development side of things first. And for a couple of really important reasons. Let's say you are a buyer out there and you're looking to purchase a new construction home. You might have to wait a couple of months just to get on a list in order to purchase a property. And then when you purchase that property, you put your deposit down for that home. You're actually going to move into that home 6 to 12 months later, maybe even a little bit longer. So you're betting on the fact that that home is going to be worth at least the same, if not more than it is today when you put a deposit down. So that's challenge number 1. What if the prices go down before you even move into the house? That's one thing that buyers definitely want to avoid. And then on the other side, we're talking about interest rates that are up close to 7%. It's October of 2022. Rates have gone up like crazy. They've really changed this market. And as a buyer for a new construction home, if it's 6 to 12 months out, you're probably not going to get a chance to lock your rates for at least another couple of months. Could you imagine if you could barely afford that new construction home at 7% interest rates, and then they go up to 8 or 9 or 10% over the next couple of months? Now, I absolutely don't see it happening where it goes up that much. But who the heck knows after this year? I mean, we've gone from 3% to almost 7%, and the Fed is adamant on continuing to raise the Fed fund rate, and pretty much explicitly saying that they're trying to crash the housing market. So who knows what the heck is going to happen? Now, one smart thing that we have been seeing, this is kind of the first thing that we've been seeing from new construction developers, is they're offering a guarantee on the interest rate for your new construction home. So even if you're 12 months out from actually being able to move into that property, and it's, 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 months away from being able to lock your interest rate, they're saying we guarantee that you are not going to pay over a certain percentage. So they're taking the risk on themselves, but it's giving you the confidence as a buyer to be able to put your money down, put a deposit down on that house if it's right and perfect for you. Now, just like I was joking about at the beginning of this video, I actually had some clients who just got under contract with a new construction home here in San Diego, in Santee, which is, a little bit farther east, not quite as central as 3 Roots, but some beautiful townhomes. And the prices on these townhomes had gotten up to right around $800,000. The price that they're asking for these homes is right around $740,000. So it's gone from $800,000 for a model match, is now listed at $740,000. And you have the opportunity as a buyer to say, you know what, I actually want to pay less. What if I want to pay $720,000 or $710,000 or maybe even $690,000? Let's throw it out there and see what we can make happen. So my buyers got a killer deal on this. They're offering seller incentives of closing costs up to 6%. And on top of the regular incentive they give real estate agents for helping bring buyers in, they gave us a bonus as well. So there were all these incentives, all these opportunities, hands down the best deal that I've seen all year. And moral of the story is if you're looking to buy a new construction home, call me. I mean, why haven't you called me yet? I'm happy to help. So now the question is, should you buy a new construction home right now? And the answer is it depends. If you really, really want to be somewhere specific, like I have some clients that are super into Three Roots community, they're willing to pay a premium, then yeah, absolutely. I think the prices on a lot of those homes are very reasonable for what you're getting in the location that you're getting it. Or if you find a new construction development that is willing to negotiate on price, is willing to offer buyer incentives, then you actually can get a really darn good deal right now. Just keep in mind, a lot of these places that are going to start to offer incentives are, for the most part, it's not going to be a lot of the centrally located developments here in San Diego, like the Three Roots. But if you go down to Chula Vista, if you go down to Otay Ranch, if you go out to Santee or El Cajon, even up to Valley Center, Escondido, San Marcos, these are the places that you're going to start to see the incentives first. Now, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens over the next couple of months here in San Diego. Like I said, I'm recording this October of 2022, and I really don't foresee this market crashing. But because interest rates have gone up so much, because there's been so much change and disruption, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens, especially over this next 60 to 90 days. But if even after all that information, you do want to look at a new construction home, there's one thing that you have to keep in mind, and that is you have to show up for your very first day of showings at that sales office with a real estate agent. Because a lot of new developers, they have the policy that if you do not show up with a real estate agent on day one, they will not allow someone to represent you during that transaction. They will not offer any type of compensation for a real estate agent to kind of have your back and represent you in this transaction. So even if you're just looking around and you just want a second set of eyes, a second opinion on things, our info is down below. Reach out to the Best Life Home Team. We are here to help. And if you're saying, Dan, look, new construction or not, we just don't know that it's a good time to buy a house right now. Should we buy a house now, consider buying a house now, or should we wait until 2023? That's exactly what we go over in this video right here. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.